You have no idea what you have done.
Solus? I know what I did. I stopped you from destroying the world.
I was not destroying the world. When you disrupted my ritual, the magical energies pulled me here, into the Fade.
Okay, so that's why you're here, but why am I here?
Your physical body is unconscious, but you shed a few drops of blood at the ritual site. Enough for a tenuous connection.
Blood magic?
Firstly, I abhor the use of blood magic.
Yes?
Secondly, had I the power to control you, I would already have used it.
In Inquisition, I'm pretty sure he says something to the effect of, like, magic is magic, it's just how it's used, so I don't know, I still think she doesn't trust him at all, but she'll be optimistic.
So all I have to do to get away from you is wake up.
And how much experience do you have willing yourself from sleep to wakefulness?
Can't be that hard.
While you practice, perhaps you would like to hear about the consequences of your actions.
Meaning?
The Evanurus, or as you would call them, the Elven Gods. The creatures that escaped. In ancient times, they ruled the elves, but that was not enough. They sought not just to be obeyed, but to be worshipped. When I rebelled, they drew on the horrific magic of the Blight, corrupting all they saw until I trapped them. Thanks to you, though, I am now trapped, and the blighted Elven Gods walk free.
Sure.
Right, you were innocently doing nothing when we came along.
The prison in which I had trapped them had begun to crumble. I was moving them to another.
So you weren't tearing down the veil and drowning the world in demons and wild magic?
I had a plan.
Varric always said you'd have a big explanation for why none of this was your fault.
Varric?
Yeah, he said that's your style. Never quite lies, clever half-truths that let you convince yourself you're doing the right thing. He tried to talk to you anyway, and now he's hurt.
Varric is quite practiced at shading the truth himself.
So those things that got out, you said they were gods?
They said they were gods. Blighted, tyrannical, sadistic gods. It took all my power to imprison them millennia ago, but I am certain you will be fine.
At least he does seem to feel badly about what happened to Varric, but still, the classic sass.
That's really helpful. What are you, the elven god of sarcasm?
Lies, treachery, and rebellion, depending upon the story. And how could I help? I do not have my ritual dagger. I cannot access my network of mirrors to travel from the Lighthouse to anywhere in the world. All I can offer is what I know.
Helpful advice from the elven god of, and I am quoting you here, lies, treachery, and rebellion.
Depending on the story. Elganan and Gillenane are your problem to solve. This is your responsibility now.
Why tear down the veil?
Listen. Want me to take the shot?
You have no idea what you have done. This is your responsibility now.
Well, look who's still with us.
Varric, you're okay. But I saw Solus stab you. You fell.
Trust me, kid. I've had worse. It'd take more than a flesh wound to stop me. Don't think I'll be making it out to the field anytime soon, though.
Of course he's downplaying it, but he looks in really bad shape. She feels so awful.
I should have come up with a better plan. I should have...
You worked with what you had, and you succeeded, by the way. World isn't drowning in demons.
It isn't over, though. We trapped Solus in the Fade, but something else got out. Something...
Rook, you've got this. I've seen your work. Like the time you disobeyed orders while taking down that Venatori slavery ring. There's a reason I dragged you into this whole Solus mess. You're clever, adaptable, and you don't know when to quit.
Rook? You're awake.
Her too.
Sorry, I didn't mean to barge in. I was just looking for elf fruit.
No, it's fine. I was just gonna stretch my legs.
Oh, Rook. Watch your step out there. If you put a foot wrong, you'll fall forever. Yeah, on top of everything else, the Illuvian took us to the Fade. The place where dreams come from, so... that. Yeah.
Then I really need to look around.
Yeah, you should. And we should talk about things. Maybe find Nev. She's outside, looking around. There's a room with a table down the stairs. I'll meet you there.
Go ahead, Rook. I need to sleep. See you later, kid.
Kid. Oh, that kills me. In his plaid pajama pants. He's so cute and so hurt. And I just... oh, I'm glad he's alive, but... man. Everybody looks worse for wear. That's fun. Oh, I don't want to wake him up, but can we talk to him?
I wish I could be out there with you, Rook. Just be careful, all right?
Okay. Well, I guess we'll look around a little bit in here. Oh, we have our Mayor of Transformation. That's good. So once I just check everything out, then we'll head out. Introduction to the Lighthouse. Once the Lighthouse was a place of learning with tools to study the secret workings of great magic. When souls rebelled against those who call themselves our gods, the Lighthouse became his center of operations, with tools to study the best ways to free ourselves from the tyranny of the Evanuris. We are safe here, both those of flesh and those of Fade. Any who wish to help are welcome. The magic of the Lighthouse will provide for your needs, see to your comfort, and even help you understand different tongues for those who escaped here from distant parts of the Empire. Should you have any other needs, ask for the slow arrow and I will help. Felisan. The slow arrow, huh? And a letter dated 6 months ago. Markar, good to hear from you. I hope the North is treating you well, even if your quarry remains elusive. Things here in Meravas go about as well as expected. Venatori presence continues to grow, the result of an obscene amount of gold being funneled into the cult by sympathetic magisters. Some of the shadow dragons have had run-ins with some of them, particularly the ones seeking revenge for your shutting down of their slaver ring in Nessus. But don't trouble yourself. This is nothing we can't handle. For now, focus on your work with Varric. A strong alliance with someone with ties to the Inquisition and Kirkwall can only benefit the shadows and the people we serve. Bring the light and good luck, Viper. What else we got here? I guess those will open up eventually. Three meetings face-to-face under the sky. Our first puzzle. Well, I guess it's a riddle, not a puzzle, technically. Also, so glad that we can actually run, by the way.
Whoa.
Look who's with us.
We're really in the Fade.
Land of raw magic, nightmares, and this, apparently. It's a lot to take in.
Harding thought we should talk about what comes next.
She's not wrong. But if you need a breather, can't hurt to look around first.
We did it. Level 2. Oh, I have to remember to change the difficulty, so I'll definitely move that back up to at least adventure. Maybe one higher. I might be brave. I have not looked at any class builds or anything, so we're just gonna go with what feels right. Fade Strike. Ooh. Oh, Fade Step, my absolute favorite mage ability in Inquisition. Definitely gotta go with that. And then we get 2 more. Jump attacks. Mana regenerate. Wait, mana regeneration restarts 25% faster when paused by spending mana. I guess that's good. I don't quite understand it, but regenerating mana is good. And Chain Lightning, another classic. Yeah. Luckily, we can respec, which is nice. But I like it. And I think this direction takes us down towards the Spellblade, though we still have 18 levels to go before we have to think about that. And went right over at this setting now. By the way, if anybody wanted to know, I do play on PC, but I prefer to use an Xbox controller when I play because, you know, I was raised on console, so it just feels more natural this way. But yeah, we moved up 1 level and we can always move up more later if we feel like it. And now we can go explore. What's this? To enter the library passage, 3 pairings must meet face to face. Yeah. So here's our... Oh, I see you across there. And pair number 2.
Must be 2 more.
Look at this place. We planned a rebellion here once, said we'd change the future of the elves, throw off tyrants, and we did. Now the path outside is fractured. It'll be hard rekindling all the Illuvians. Solus, if you see this, I'll be looking for you, out in this world and in the mortal one. Don't cause too much trouble before I get there. Who wrote that? And why am I kind of jealous on Ashleen's behalf? Like, who is talking to Solus with such familiarity? You know? It's probably not healthy. And we found the last pair. Oh, and content marked with, I think that's a clock, will eventually expire as you progress. Don't want to miss anything, so definitely gotta find those. I guess those are probably the optional talk to Nev, talk to Harding ones. On Divine Imperatives, the home of the Solar is destroyed. Elgernon's favorite torture is over. Too many agents have been rescued with their minds burned out by that memory of an enraged sun. I feel a lesson here. The helm was not created to torment, but the Evernuris are not as we are. A god's ruminations carry their own will and imperatives. Memory bleeds into their icons and transmutes them as fire begets fire. For our wolf lord, who puts so much of himself into his creations, what imperatives do they carry? The heart of a rebellion must remain hidden, yet the light of divinity is uncontainable. We must be swift. A thought lingers. Even as he saves us, what does he impart upon us?
That's the second. 1 more to go.
Oh my goodness. I thought she was gonna fall. It's a little scary. The dining hall. Have they always been here? There are beings in the crossroads unknown ever to the wise, though the most ancient ones make any domain their own. Certainly the caretaker belongs here now. I wonder what we look like to them. Need is a scaffold, and the needs of the living ever rise and fall upon it. Hunger, thirst, sleep. Imagine the constant cacophony to one sensitive to such things. Or am I too simple? Wants are fleeting, needs have deeper roots. Perhaps that's why I find this particular spirit's presence both comforting and disconcerting. The prospect that our heart's desire and our truest need could differ, or are even at odds, is hard to contemplate. And it said that had a paint smear on the corner. I wonder if that was Solus. Makes sense that he would be pondering the heart's desire and a need being different. Kind of like his relationship with Ash. Though I would argue he needs her, but that's just me.
Okay, that did something.
We'll check out that door after we talk to Harding and Nev.
It wasn't supposed to go this way. What do we do now? What do we do?
Harding?
Oh, hey, Rook. How's it going?
I should be asking you that. I got you hurt.
This is a dangerous job. Everyone knew that signing on. There's so much to do. We have to keep going.
Mira can respect that attitude.
You don't slow down for much, do you?
You sound just like Varric. And I always said, well, someone's got to keep you on your toes, old man. So, that's what I'm here to do. That's what I have to do. We need to get back to the ritual site, don't we? Let's stop worrying about me and go do that. Come get me when you're ready to go.
Well, not worrying about you is easier said than done, but we can do both. The conservatory, huh? Bet Harding's gonna plant some elf fruit in there. And our detective is in the study.
Wisps. Figures are in the Fade, but I swear they're following me.
You alright?
Strange place you've fallen into, but I'll work with it. You know me.
Do I?
We're both shadow dragons and both from Meravas. Maybe our paths haven't crossed, but I know our work has. It's a start.
It feels a little early to be flirting, though I will never forget Hawk flirting with Anders, like immediately after they met. Sometimes it does feel a little inappropriate, though, so we'll go with the Shadow Dragon's response.
And shadows stand together.
That's the idea. Cross your fingers it works out for us.
You take a lot of notes. What about?
Lately, what we know, or knew, before Solus changed the game.
And it's...
Not much. I'm sure Lace would hate to hear that, but one step at a time.
Okay, so step one is figure out what we're chasing.
Right. And the 20 other questions that need answers...
That's step two?
I can see why Varric brought you on.
We've just got to start somewhere.
Oh wait, this isn't the study, it's the guest house. Oh, we need to clean this place up. Hey. Music room. That's cool. The sheet music left by this instrument appears to be for a duet. It has been annotated by an expert hand. The annotations are accompanied by clear emotional impressions, diligent practice with a ruthless eye to mistakes, the relief of private achievement away from well-meant misunderstanding and mindless worship, an unspoken joy in the center of rising, perfect echoes. Finally, a beloved memory surfaces, a smiling glance meeting at a crescendo, a shared moment of understanding, seeing completely and being wholly seen. The impressions fade. Seriously, why am I feeling so jealous? This is... for real. That better not have been Solus playing a duet with someone that isn't my girl, or else.
So, we stopped the ritual.
And Varric paid the price.
Hey, Varric made his choice to go talk with Solus. He knew the risks, we all did.
And now Solus is gone. And we're here. Wherever here is. Besides in the Fade.
Solus called it the Lighthouse.
He did? When?
While I was out cold. He showed up in my dream, and he's really mad that we stopped his ritual.
Good.
He's also trapped in some kind of prison in the Fade. Not happy about that either.
You're sure that wasn't just a dream? It's a reasonable reaction.
Solus can speak with people in their dreams. Even kill them.
I'm safe on that front. I bled a little when I got knocked out. Enough that he can gripe at me, but not enough that he can make my head explode.
So Solus is using blood magic, like any normal mage would, to play with your mind.
But he's not a normal mage, like I told you. He's an elven god.
Putting together a nice ritual doesn't make him a god.
Ooh, mage response.
Nev, I'm a mage, you're a mage. Solus is more than that. That ritual was more than some circle mage could have pulled off. Even more than a Tevinter Magister.
All right, well, we've stopped the ritual and there doesn't seem to be an immediate danger. For now. You're certain Solus can't use blood magic to affect your mind?
I'm not certain of anything. But we're not out of danger.
What do you mean?
Solus had two of the other elven gods imprisoned. When he got trapped, they escaped.
So those things we saw come out of the Fade when the ritual went wild, those are...
Elganon and Gillinane. Two of the ancient elven gods that Solus rebelled against. Solus warned me about them being evil, which is pretty rich coming from the guy who just tried to tear down the Veil.
You don't believe him?
No, that's the problem. I do believe him. He said they were horrific tyrants.
Tyrants so powerful, elven history remembers them as gods.
Solus says Elganon and Gillinane drew on the Blight for power and became corrupted. That was when he imprisoned them.
So instead of one god running around, we have two. And they're not just powerful, they're blighted.
We need to get out there and stop them.
Just like that, without Varric. And you're still getting back on your feet.
I'm fine. We can't just sit here and do nothing.
We need to investigate. Figure out what we're dealing with before we rush in and make things worse.
And how many more people will get hurt, get killed, while we spend time investigating?
Mira's still worried about Harding, but they have to do something before more people get hurt.
If Elganon and Gillinane are worse than Solus, we don't have time to waste. We need to act now.
We don't know what they can do or what they want. We don't even know if Solus is telling the truth.
I'm not saying we go in blind, but this time, if we see a shot, we take it.
All right. The last place we saw them was the ritual site.
The Illuvian took us here from the ritual site, instead of back to Meravas.
Then let's hope it takes us back.
Harding, are you okay to go?
I'm not gonna sit back while elven gods destroy the world because I have a headache.
All right then. Let's get back to the ritual site.
The Alluvian has its own special room. It's just down the stairs.
All of these tough guys downplaying their injuries. It's more than just a headache, Harding. Look at your face. Most of us have only traveled through the Alluvians at the whims of those who call themselves our gods. We know them as mirrors that always go from one to another, a bonded pair linked no matter the distance. Solus has outsmarted the so-called gods. If we used normal Alluvians, they could track us to our lair. Solus has improved upon June's work by creating a mirror whose singing stone can change its tune to take us to any Alluvian and not just its bonded partner. Thus, we can travel wherever this rebellion needs us with no fear of pursuit. Travel is as safe as normal Alluvians. If you have questions, ask for the slow arrow and I will guide you. And back through the Alluvians we go.